Welcome to the seventh interview of Il Terzo Uomo, recorded from some undisclosed places in Italy and Spain. Here with me we have Michele Tossani. Hello, Michele.
Ciao.
And Charles Noakpa. Hello, Charles.
Hi, Gab. Hi, everyone.
Today we have the pleasure and the honor to interview Domenec Torrent, former head coach of Palafrugell, Palamos, and Girona. Between 2007 and 2018, he worked with Pep Guardiola at Barcelona B, Barcelona first team, Bayern Munich, and Manchester City. During the summer of 2018, he decided to restart his head coaching career and became the head coach of New York City FC in the MLS, where he worked for about a year and a half. Welcome, coach, and thank you very, very much for being here with us.
Thank you. It's a great pleasure for me to be part of this postcard.
Let's start with the first question. Could you please explain us what were your roles and duties at Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and Manchester City?
Of course, but are very different because, for example, in Barcelona, I was an analyst in Barcelona, and my job is to give information about the opponent to Pep. And in Bayern Munich and Man City, I was the responsibility in the set pieces and talk with Pep about tactics all the time, about the next opponent, what is the best way to play against the next team. Very different because in Barcelona, my job was about analyze the next opponent. And when you are an assistant coach, is a little bit different because you have to talk about Pep, about tactics, and especially in the set pieces. I had the responsibility in the set pieces.
Okay, I would like to ask you the second question. What is your tactical philosophy?
I like to have the control of the game. For me, there are two different coaches, proactive coach and reactive coach. Proactive coach for me means if you like to make a good build-up, make high pressing, play 2 or 3 touches, very quickly, for example, when you lose the ball, these kind of things, you know. Many people think about Pep, they like all the time pass the ball. And the most important thing for Pep, even for me, is if you want to, if you can attack quickly, it's much better. If you can score in 1 second, it's much better than pass the ball all the time. But especially, I like to have the control of the game.
All right, next question. In 2018, you chose to restart your career as head coach in MLS with New York City FC. Right now, currently, what type of project are you looking for?
Right now, I'm interested to work in the best leagues if it's possible. Sometimes it's not possible, but I don't discard to work again in the MLS because right now I know the championship perfectly. And I was happy working in the MLS in New York. But I'm interested to work again because I love the football, soccer in the United States, you know. But no rush. The most important thing for me is to try to make the best decision when some team is interesting about me. And for me, is the most important thing is the idea, you know. It's not about the salary right now in that moment. It's about what the next team are looking for about me. But yeah, the first idea is to try to work in the best leagues in Europe or in South America and Central America. Doesn't matter.
Okay, speaking of the best leagues, I want to ask you, in your opinion, how big is the gap between the MLS and the other leagues in which you have worked so far?
Mm-hmm. Okay, mainly the players are technically different, you know. Maybe you can play with 1-2 touches in Europe in the top team because I was lucky to work in, in Barcelona, top team, top players in Bayern Munich and Manchester City as well, top team, top players. It's easy to play 1-2 touches. Maybe in the MLS you need more touches, 2-3 touches. But right now the players in the MLS are getting better. And I think they are so close. If you want to compare in Europe, the people think about the MLS 20 years ago, if you remember, the players want to retire in the MLS. It's not possible right now because the league is physically, the players is getting better. But maybe right now the difference is in between the top leagues in the, if you compare in the MLS, if you want to play quickly, you need more touches in the MLS.
At Barcelona, you worked with Leo Messi for 4 years. Could you tell us some anecdotes about the best player in the world?
I have a lot of anecdotes about Messi, but
we have time.
I remember especially Champions League against Arsenal. We start to lose the game. The Arsenal scored a goal, 1-0 for Arsenal in the Camp Nou. And I remember Leo say, "Don't worry, I will fix that." And after that, he was able to score 4 goals. I remember 4 goals against Arsenal. This is Leo Messi. When I want to be the best in the world, sometimes you can see these kind of things. When Leo Messi say, "I need to score," and don't worry, say "don't worry," is perfect for the team because everybody knows how important is this player for Barcelona.
Another question about another great player. So far in his career, Thiago Alcantara has mainly played in possession-based teams, often under the juego de posición rules.
Yeah.
You worked with him at Barcelona and Bayern Munich. How would you see him in a team with a more direct style of play?
Thiago, for me, is a top player. That's mean I think he can play in the league, in the Bundesliga, in the Premier League, anywhere because they have quality. It's the most important thing. Even and of course he can play as well in a team like to play direct balls. But if you are a coach, Thiago coach. It's a mistake if you want to work with Thiago and play all the time long ball. He can play long ball, of course, because he has quality. But it's much better for Thiago if the coach prefers to play positional, to play with the control of the game. But he can play anywhere. He can play with the direct style as well, because when you have quality, it's easier to play with a player like Thiago.
Okay, next question. In 2017-18, we saw Manchester City play with an inverted left full back, usually Fabian Delph, a lot of times. Was this mostly because of Benjamin Mendy's injury, or was this a solution that you would have eventually tried even with Mendy?
I think both, because if you play with Delph, when Delph go inside and to play like a holding midfielder, you play 3 in the back plus two players in the middle with Delphi. That means you have more control and you can control the counter-attack, Like a coach, I think you have to respect the quality of the players. Mendy has another quality. For example, Mendy attack all the time. He's a strong player, a fast player. He has another quality, but maybe you have more control with Delph in the middle, and you can attack better maybe with Mendy, maybe like a winger, because Mendy has this quality. But both. Sometimes it's because Pep think about the team. Today, for example, we need more control, and he decided in that moment to play with Fabian Delph in the middle. Right now is another player play in the middle sometimes. But if they prefer to play with two fullbacks high, you can play with Walker and Mendy. It's different because you have to respect. For me, the most important thing, like a coach, is respect the quality of the players.
What do you think of the use of data in football? And which statistics did you usually use?
No, that's fine. It's okay because it's another possibility to improve a little bit your players. But my feeling is I use the statistics for my feeling. For example, after the game, I say my staff, "Oh, today we'll lose a lot of the balls in the build-up," and after that, if you can use the date, you are right. For example, no. But sometimes I use just when I have one feeling about maybe today play much better 1-2 touches, how many touches you need to make the build up, these kind of things, is fine because it's another possibility to improve when you have a date.
Okay. What do you think? Speaking of the future, what do you think could be the next tactical innovations in football?
Tactical, I don't know, but I like, for example, right now when you have the possibility to change 5 players because it's for as a coach for me it's much better because even for the fans because sometimes imagine you are losing the game 2-0 in the last 50 minutes. You decide to change 2 center backs and play, or 1 center backs and play with 5 or 2 wingers and 3 strikers. Is better for the football, for the fans, because it's very interesting because the opponent coach have to react quickly. It's not easy, and for me is I don't know about tactic. Maybe about tactic is play more comfortable when you have more information and you can play maybe just with 2 defenders because they attack when we striker, depend of the opponent. But right now I like a lot when you have the opportunity to change 5 players. The first one is about tactics. The second one is about physical. Physically, some players the last 20 minutes are really tired and you have the possibility to change a little bit tactics and some players.
Hey, speaking of this thing, sorry, I want to ask you a question. You said you like this rule of 5 substitutions. Do you think that maybe this rule is better for teams with a lot of quality on the bench? Do you think it's a disadvantage to teams that maybe have only 1 or 2 good players on the bench, and they don't have many options on the bench? What do you think about this?
I don't know because some coaches think about that. It's better for the small teams, for the teams in the middle table, because they say no, they have advantage because when they make high pressing all the time, they can change 5 players. But the coaches who work in the teams in the middle of the table say no. It's advantage for the top teams because they have more quality and they can. I don't know exactly, but I love 5 substitutions because it's very interesting for the football. It's very interesting. It's boring sometimes when you have made 2 substitutions and 1 player is injured and you have to replace this player. But if you have the possibility to to substitute two more players is better. For football, it's more tactic, is about the possibility to change the way to play in the game, even for the fans, because when I say that, is about 5 substitution, but in 3 times, the same time, 3 times. You can change 2 players in the same time if you want, but you have the possibility to substitute 5 players.
Okay, I have last question for you. This is a question made from every fantasy football player in in Italy, because at New York City FC you coached Maxi Morales, a player who had ups and downs during his time here in Italy with Atalanta. One of the few players to have ups and downs in Atalanta system. How was to coach this kind of player, this guy? And do you think he could have had a better career in Europe?
I love these players. That is the first one. I love these players. I like these kind of players because, for example, Maxi Morales helped me a lot inside the pitch and outside the pitch, because when, for example, we are in trouble and we play with 6 Latin players, I talk with him about that. I say, Maxi, you have to help me, or I have to talk with these kind of players. He's a special player for me. He has quality to play a game in Europe, but maybe the problem is the salary he has in the MLS. It's not the same. The salary in some players, not all the players in the MLS in Europe. I think he's very happy in New York, but I'm sure he has the quality to play again in Europe. In fact, if I have the possibility to play in Europe, for sure I will call him about the possibility to work with me again. I was very happy with Maxi, and I love these kind of players, because everybody, when you think about number 10, you think about one player, he has quality, but he's not a fighter. And Maxi is a fighter as well. He's an amazing player for me, for New York. And I think he's thinking about finish the career in the MLS, but I spoke with him a lot of time about that. He has quality to play if he wants in Europe again.
This interview has come to an end. Before I thank and say goodbye to Coach Domenec Torrent, I'd like to greet Michele Tossani. Bye, Mick.
Ciao a tutti.
And Charson Wakpa. Bye, Charlie.
Bye, Gav. Bye, Coach. Thanks for watching and listening, everyone.
Coach, we wish you all the best. Maybe one day we'll see you work here in Italy. Why not? Thanks again for this interview, and good luck.
Thank you so much. Ciao a tutti. Grazie mille. Ciao.
Ottimo italiano. Very good Italian.
Ciao.
Ciao.